Welcome to The Score, the free epicenter of local high school sports. We've got it all, so don't miss out. Brace yourself for fierce competition, highlights, and unforgettable moments. All brought to you by Central Maine Community College. More than just a community college, over 40 academic degrees and certificates. One of the lowest tuition rates in New England. Just go to cmcc.edu. Central Maine Motors Auto Group in Waterville, the dealer with no dock fees, where cars and trucks cost you less. Online at cmautogroup.com. Hammond Lumber Company, serving Maine and New Hampshire from 22 locations. Your building project partner, hammondlumber.com. Midstate Machine. Looking for a career? Check out the Machinist Development Program at midstateusa.com. Also brought to you by Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer. Sales and service by a family that cares. Somerset Stone and Stove, offering quality gas, pellet, and wood stoves and hardscape products. 201 Tire, Battery and Service, your tire and battery experts on the Augusta-Vassalboro line. PJ Diggs, the excavation pros. If it's dirt, they do it. Renewal by Anderson, award-winning replacement windows and doors. Schedule your free consultation today. Assistance Plus, providing home care, behavioral health, and developmental services. Together, we can make a difference. Computer Improvements, Water Street, Skowhegan, your headquarters for computer maintenance. Dixon's Country Market in Benton, with 24-hour diesel service and the best takeout food around. And by Casella Waste, for your residential and commercial trash pickup. Now, let's go live to Mike Violet and AJ Knight.
Good evening and welcome to Mount Blue High School here in Farmington, where tonight on The Score, it's the second part of our doubleheader of Mount Blue Skowhegan basketball boys style here tonight, as the Mount Blue Cougars look for a sweep as they take on the Skowhegan Riverhawks. I'm Mike Violet along with AJ Knight and our Score crew here. And AJ, if the season were to end today, this would be a quarterfinal matchup in the tournament. Number 1 Mount Blue and number 8 Skowhegan.
Yeah, and we talked about it a lot, and it feels a little bit cliche, and I understand that, but the truth of the matter is, here down the stretch, I think your statement from earlier in the season about throw a blanket over them, let's see what they come up with in the KVAC, has been true. Mount Blue obviously rattled off, 12, 13 straight now, has lost 2 of 3.
Yep.
Opened up the picture. They're comfortably, I think, still sitting at number 1, but with a week to go here, we talked about it in the last game. You want to be playing your best basketball heading into the tournament. Mount Blue, not the case. Yeah,
not the case for sure. Lost last time out to a very good Camden Hills team in overtime by a final score of 68-64. These two teams met early in the season this year, and Skowhegan gave them a go for a while before Evan Sterling took over, scored 17 in the third quarter, and they won by 15. 65-50 was the final. So they have that one game. This is always a great matchup between these two teams. I always call it the Battle of Route 2, and you've got Evan Sterling and all that he brings to the table. And, of course, Ryan Donahue on the other side. I'm not sure who Mount Blue is going to use to defend him. They actually used Sterling in the first game to defend him. He's a key tonight. If he could go off for like 25 and 15, they've got a real shot to win this game. And we all know that when it comes to Skowhegan, Adam Fitzgerald is a real key as well. He's been really hit or miss this year, but when he is hit, he is tough.
Yeah, and that's what we saw in the first game between these two. Fitzgerald went bonkers. He scored, I think, in the low to mid-20s. Donahue, very, very quiet game in that one. Sterling, a big part of that. And we just saw that's how it's gone for Skowhegan. It's a team obviously in transition. We talked about it a lot in football. You graduate a ton of talent, so you got to figure out how to replace that. And for Skowhegan, they've struggled at times, especially if they don't get the two big horses going. Fitzgerald and Donahue have to score. They have to put in 40 at least between the two of them, I think, for Skowhegan to have a chance.
So Skowhegan and Mount Blue are about ready to lace them up and play boys basketball as these two teams, longtime rivals, number 1 Mount Blue, number 8 Skowhegan. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with the starting lineups and basketball after this on The Score.
Don't miss your chance for huge savings on replacement windows during Renewal by Anderson's Leap Year Savings Event. If your windows are warping, sticking, or drafty, don't wait any longer. Call us now and schedule a free window diagnosis. We manufacture, install, and warranty our windows, and our exclusive Fibrex composite material is 2 times stronger than vinyl. Call this number now to save big. This event only happens once every 4 years. Plus, get special financing and installation is always included. Call now. Renewal by Anderson's Leap Year Savings Event ends soon.
Raising money for our cause, supporting our neighbors, helping to recognize those that should be recognized, providing educational opportunities, working together to make someone's day just a bit brighter. Our employees enjoy being a part of making our communities a better place to live and work. Skowhegan Savings Bank.
I came for a visit and I just fell in love with it.
They just want to see you be you and just excel.
There's a lot of opportunities here.
It really gives me time to figure out what I want to do with my life.
It's a good stepping stone to get to where you want to be.
The tuition is definitely part of what brought me here.
You know, credits transfer, that's huge, especially for a community college when you're trying to figure out what you want.
CM's the best place. Honestly, it's the best place. You got to be here to experience it.
At PJ Diggs, they know septic systems. Maybe your existing system is failing or it's a new house lot. You need new installation. Call PJ Diggs. They can bring their site evaluator to design the right septic system. Headed to camp? Ditch the outhouse for a newly installed system. How about a septic system for your campsite? Imagine your own private campground. Already have a septic design? PJ Diggs can install it for you. Call 431-4299. That's 431-4299. At PJ Diggs, they know septic systems. 131 Hinckley Road, Canaan.
All right, Mike Violet and AJ Knight, our score crew, back here live at Mount Blue High School in Farmington as the Cougars and the Riverhawks get ready to get at it. Ryan Donahue. Jack is gone. Ryan Donahue starts at center for the Skowhegan Riverhawks. He is 6'7". He is a senior. Eke Fairley, 6'3", and the senior at one forward. At the other forward, Adam Fitzgerald. He is 6'1" and a sophomore. And then it's Aiden McGinty, the 6-foot senior, 6-foot junior, along with Jackson Height, the 6'3" junior for the Skowhegan Riverhawks. And for the Mount Blue Cougars, Evan Sterling will start at the point. He's 6'3" and a senior. Tyler Abel is their second guard in their 3-guard, 2-forward operation. He is 6'1" and a junior. It's Carter Norton, 5'8" and a junior at the third guard. And then up front, Nolan Lesso, the 6'1" junior at one forward, and Charles Stevens, the 6'2" senior at the other forward for Troy Norton of the Mount Blue Cougars.
Hey, he answered my question.
What?
He said no national anthem before the second game because we did it before the first one.
All right, same officiating crew that we had in the opener.
Ooh, double duty.
They stick around. Of course, we had the Mount Blue Hall of Fame induction ceremony in between games.
Part of that as well, on top of the Mount Blue induction ceremony, Evan Sterling received his award basketball, right? The one that has the white on it so they can write because he became a 1,000-point career
The show
scorer.
horse basketball,
yeah,
the one that's going to go in a case somewhere. All right, so Donahue on the tip with Sterling. Skowhegan in the road blacks, trimmed in the orange, and Mount Blue in the home whites, trimmed in the blue and the yellow. And we are set to go. Donahue at 6'7", Sterling at 6'3". And the tap is won by Mount Blue. Goes right back to Sterling after Stevens caught it. And here is Evan Sterling, 1,000-point scorer, going over to Norton. Norton to Lesso, now to Sterling. Sterling stops at the foul line, now hands it off to Stevens. Stevens back outside to Lesso. Lesso goes in, throws in an underhanded layup. Nolan Lesso gets Mount Blue off to a good start. Here's Fitzgerald. Gets a pick from Fairley. Ball is tipped away, and it's picked off in there by Abel, and up to Sterling, who slams it in. So, an inauspicious beginning for Skowhegan. McGinty, guarded by Norton, reverses, goes to the right. Now lobs it off. It's tipped by Sterling, and it goes to Lesso. Ahead to Sterling. Sterling cuts inside. Great spin. Under, up, and in. Evan Sterling with a highlight reel play, that is. And it's 6-0.
You could tell. I think he really, especially they've lost 2 of the last 3, juicing them to get a good start.
Amped up for sure. Here's a 3 by Fitzgerald. Off. Rebound kicks in the corner, and it's picked up there by Abel. Mount Blue off to a rollicking good start. 6-0. Sterling pounds it into the floor. Right corner for Abel. Back to Sterling on the give and go, and Evans couldn't handle the pass on the baseline. It's out of bounds, and it goes to Skowhegan.
Well, Skowhegan, the boys follow in the same suit as Mount Blue girls, right? Struggle to score the first field goal, so I think we all assume this is going to go to overtime and a resounding Skowhegan win.
McGinty, high post to Donahue. Donahue hands it off on the weave. Fitzgerald lays it up, fires it up there. That is and hits.
Well, the old cliche, right? So basically a layup for him.
6-3. Yeah, that would be a bit of a stretch. A distance 3 from the top of the circle. And if they can get that out of him tonight, that would help a lot. Here's Sterling with one from the top of the circle. Air ball, but it's picked off in there, and Lesso lays it in on the finger roll. If you're Skowhegan, you got to have that rebound. 8-3.
Yeah, especially with a kind of a bad shot.
I mean, you could tell that was not going to make it. Donahue at the foul line. Ryan holds out to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald foul line right, guarded by Sterling. Now popping out McGinty. McGinty drives, splits a double team. Ball gets away, picked up by Fitzgerald. Then we've got it out of bounds, and it's off Lesso.
I say you'll see. I think you'll be able to just see here in the replay. Coach Norton a little bit in the way. Lesso, I think, came down and touched out of bounds while still touching the ball.
All right, McGinty will put it into play. McGinty looks, flashing open out deep is Donahue. Left corner for Height. Jackson spins in, can't use it, he traveled anyway.
Height had a good game the first matchup between these two. I think he ended up hitting, I want to say, 3 3-pointers. But you, I think, nailed the analysis in that one in the first half. High-scoring first half, and your point was, can Skowhegan keep it up? Yeah. And they just kind of ran out of gas.
Yeah, and same thing holds true here tonight. You want to keep this score down. Skowhegan in a 2-3 zone. Right side, Norton for 3. Way long. Rebound Lesso, and again, Skowhegan being beaten on the boards. 10-3.
Yeah, Lesso's got 6, and I believe all 3 field goals are putbacks.
And Fitzgerald blocked by Sterling. Fitzgerald jacking up a 22 or 23-foot 3, and Sterling would have none of that. All right, coming in for Skowhegan is Trevor Austin. Skowhegan's ball. And it goes to Austin. Austin's been a spark at times off the bench. Guarded by Norton here, up top to Height. Jackson drives to the right, shut off there. Shovels back outside to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald and Sterling going at it. Now to Austin. Austin on the left, 10-3. Mount Blue in the lead. Austin takes a trip to the right, lobs it inside for Donahue, and a foul.
Donahue, nice job. I think you'll see here on the replay. Pins Stevens right there. You saw him grab him. He's done a nice job pinning Stevens up the lane.
Skowhegan ball on the baseline. Austin will put it into play. 10-3. Out deep to Akayo. Akayo right for Fitzgerald. Corner for Height. Height, one dribble, back up top to Akayo Fairley. Fairley trying to go on Lesso. Leans in. Lesso got a piece of it. And the loose ball scooped up by Stevens. Now Sterling. Sterling behind a Stevens pick. Shovels it back to Stevens. Sterling fell down.
And he's holding his ankle too.
Yeah, we've seen that movie before. Left side 3 ball from the left wing is no good. Abel missed the shot. Rebound is cleared by Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald cruises up the right. Top of the circle, Fairley. Left side, Austin. Austin down under the basket for Donahue. Got tied up. He got tied up by Tyler Abel. That's going to go to Mount Blue.
Big man sin, Mike. Don't bring the ball down.
Yes, sir. All right, Height comes out, and coming in, Jack Fitzpatrick. And the arrow actually in favor of Skowhegan, not Mount Blue. My mistake. Austin into Donahue. Back to Austin. Right corner, Fitzgerald open for 3. On the way, rattles in. He's got 2. 10-6. Or was that Fitzpatrick?
That was Jack Fitzpatrick.
All right, it was. I knew it was a Fitz.
It was a Fitz something.
Right, and it was Jack.
Fitz the 3 into the rim is the most important
Exactly, that's
thing.
the most important thing. Sterling a stutter step, jump past left corner, open, Abel 3. Yes. 13-6. Mount Blue by 7. On the right, it's Fitzpatrick. On the elbow to Donahue. Back to Fitzpatrick. To Fitzgerald behind a pick. Can't use it. Drives on the baseline. Goes in. Yes! Banks in! And he's going to the line. A flashy, slashing type move there by Adam Fitzgerald for 2 and a chance to make it 3 the old-fashioned way. Adam Fitzgerald. The foul was on Evan Sterling. First on him. Shot is good. 13-9.
Actually, Mike, I think they gave that to Greenlaw.
Well,
it was 5.
I saw. Okay. You might be right. Left side Abel takes another 3. Rolls in. 16-9. 2:40 left in the first. Walking it up, Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald, a pick from Donahue. The roll is there. Donahue, though, stopped by a double team, has to kick it back out. Austin for 3, no. Rebound on the weak side, Fitzpatrick. Another chance here for Skowhegan. Here's Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald, baseline runner, no. Rebound is cleared there inside by Stevens.
That was a great take.
Yep. Sterling, a stutter step in 3. Off to Abel for 3. Swish. Tyler Abel, timeout. It's a 30. 2:07 left in the first. It's Mount Blue 19, Skowhegan 9. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Central Maine Community College in Auburn. Find your passion. Go to cmcc.edu for more information.
3 straight assists to Tyler Abel from Sterling. 3 threes. Staff member next to me just said 3 threes. 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there.
Which is a pretty good description. It's not wrong.
No, she is correct.
Yep. All right, out of the timeout. Skowhegan ball. Under the basket after the made basket there.
Then timeout.
And the ball's out of bounds off Austin. Turnover by Skowhegan. Can't have much of that. 19-9. Evan Sterling with the ball. 1,000-point scorer that he is. Sterling. Foul line left to Greenlaw, who is in now. Up top, Stevens. Abel takes another 3. Bank is open!
He's got 12, all from behind the arc.
And their lead is 13, 22-9. Fitzgerald to Austin, to Donahue. They haven't been able to get him involved yet. There's that high-low game that they play to Fairley, and Fairley is fouled. Skowhegan's got to figure a way to get the ball to number 20 in his spot.
And especially, again, Mount Blue does not play a deep bench, and they don't play bigs off their bench. So if he can get Stevens and Lesso in foul trouble, it'll help them come back.
Fairley hits 22-10. In for Skowhegan is Carter Netto. Out is Trevor Austin. Second one by Fairley is on the way, no good. Long rebound, ripping it through there is Greenlaw. Then he fell down, but he held his dribble. And he gets it back to Sterling. Jackson Height ready to come back in when he can. Sterling on the right to Greenlaw. Greenlaw jacks up a 3 ball. Got it! Josh Greenlaw off the bench. The 5'9" senior nails one. 25-10. It's 15, largest lead of the game. Fitzpatrick drives, shut off at the foul line, shovels back outside to Netto. Netto to Fairley, foul line left. Donahue looking for position. Driving is Fitzpatrick. Outside to Neto. Neto curls in. Neto all the way, lays it in. Nice move by Carter Neto and a beautiful finish. 25-12, 40 seconds left in the first quarter. Evan Sterling over the timeline. Sterling drifts over to the right, shovels off to Lesso. Lesso back to Sterling, clock at 30. Sterling will bring it back out. Sterling will just pound it into the floor and wait for Fairley to come to him. Clock at 20. Clock now at 10. Mark, left corner, Abel, 3. He's been on fire. That one just a little bit short. Rebound Neto. They've got time if they hurry. Here's Fitzpatrick firing up, and it hits the curtain up high. Wouldn't have counted anyway because he didn't get it off in time, and that is it for the first quarter. Mount Blue with a terrific first quarter. They lead by 13 at the end of one. The score, Mount Blue 25 and Skowhegan 12. You're watching and listening to high school basketball on The Score.
Notice the price of gas and oil lately? Thinking about a pellet stove? Pellets are a renewable resource that are economical, and pellet stoves don't have to be ugly or loud. Come talk to us at Somerset Stone & Stove. Let us explain why now is the best time to have your pellet stove installed. Wouldn't you love to have a gas stove or fireplace designed for your home? Let Somerset Stone & Stove design and install a Regency gas stove or fireplace that is just right for you. Let us customize your Regency gas stove or fireplace while you enjoy the beauty and warmth. Visit Somerset Stone & Stove in Oakland.
Casella Waste. You see their trucks everywhere all the time. That's because they're out taking care of customers like you. Roll-off dumpsters, they've got them 15 to 50 yards. And they're in your neighborhood picking up the trash so you don't have to worry about it. Weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly from 2 to 10 yards. Casella Waste will also deliver portable toilets when and where you need them. And they offer septic services. Call to learn more about Casella Waste. 872-8257. 872-8257 for Casella Waste.
Mount Blue ball out of the break between the first and second quarter, just in time to see Evan Sterling hit a beautiful fadeaway jumper from 10 on the baseline, 27-12. Cougars with their largest lead of the game. Neto on the right. High post to Donahue. Donahue, left corner McGinty. He'll take the 3, no good. Rebound right there, Height back up. Ball was blocked. Rebound Donahue. Threw it up too hard. Rebound slapped outside. Skowhegan on it. Neto somehow or McGinty managed to avoid traveling, and then a foul is called on Mount Blue. That's a break there in that sequence for Skowhegan.
McGinty hit the deck hard there to grab that one to see the foul there, and I think that was Sterling with the block from behind on Height, I think.
And Height dropped the ball when the official threw it at him. I should use different words. Underhanded it to him. Now the pass into Neto. Neto on the right to McGinty. McGinty back to Neto. Neto loops it to Donahue. Outside to McGinty. They cannot get Donahue to the basket. Now to Height, and we have a foul just as that pass was being made. They just can't get the ball to Donahue anywhere near the basket.
That one on Lesso.
Yep. Height for 3. In and out. Rebound Donahue. Donahue put some shoulder into that, literally, as he knocked down Charles Stevens. Then he knocked down the shot.
I think that was also Donahue's first rebound, Mike.
Yep. 27-14. Left side, Tucker Fitch in the game. Up top to Stevens. Stevens to the cutting Sterling, and Sterling just shy of dunking it. Hits. He has got some ups.
Yeah, he's having a game. He's got 8, 3 assists, already 2 blocks.
29-14 on the right, McGinty. McGinty baseline, shovels to the foul line. The shot there by Donahue is no good. Rebound comes down to Fitch. And a foul. Ryan Donahue really doesn't have any kind of perimeter game at all. Everything is within, say, 7 or 8 feet in. That was a little beyond what he normally does as he sits out.
Mount Blue doing a nice job pushing him out of the paint because just to reemphasize that great game we had against Meso, he had like 24. A ton of them came just on him being under the basket and getting putbacks.
Yep. Fitch to the right in the corner, Lesso. Trying to beat Heights on the baseline, can't. Up top, Norton drives, goes in, and he got fouled on the way up. It's either going to be on McGinty or on Adam Fitzgerald.
Carries it. Fitzgerald. I was going to say McGinty already had one, but.
So Norton at the line. Missed. And Mount Blue liberally using the bench tonight. Troy Norton goes to Preston Ball. We haven't seen him play yet this year. 6-foot junior.
Now, I wonder if Coach Norton get the hot first start, maybe steal some minutes while you've got a big lead.
Absolutely, it's a possibility. 30-14. Foul line right, it's Neto. Skowhegan down 16. Fairley kicks it right side. Fitzgerald for three, just got the far side of the rim. Rebound scooped off in there by Sterling. Sterling, little shake and bake. Now another little shake and bake, and he gets decked by McGinty. And a foul will be called here on Aiden McGinty.
We're a little worried about him. We already saw him look like maybe it was more so that feeling, right? Anybody I think that's kind of stepped sideways once, just more the sensation sometimes gets you, but we already saw him potentially roll his ankle once.
Shot is good by Sterling. 31-14. Trevor Austin back in. Carter Neto out. Ryan Donahue's coming back in.
That's a short breather.
And they're going to make him wait.
Yeah, he didn't get that sprinter stance going fast enough off the bench.
So if Sterling makes it, he'll get a shot to come in. He does, and he does. So 32-14, Donahue comes in, McGinty comes out. And if you're Skowhegan now, the goal, get it down to single digits before the end of the first half. Fitzgerald. Guarded by Sterling. High post to Donahue. Donahue to Height. Height circles in, fakes one way, goes the other. That's a brilliant move. Counted and one for Jackson Height. Impressive use of the pivot foot. Banked it home and got fouled.
That was a great rock away there.
Well, he wears number 32, and if you're old enough to remember, Kevin McHale used to drive opponents silly with moves like that.
Was that the slippery eel? Is that what you're telling me?
Close. I don't think that's what Johnny Most called it, though. He did call it the slip move, but I don't remember slippery eel. Height hits.
I just remember they had a whole thing in the Lakers Boston 30 for 30 where he named his moves the most ridiculous things. As one of my favorite 30 for 30s.
It's a great one. 32-17. Evan Sterling and Mount Blue in control. Elbow pop from Sterling is no good. Rebound to Austin. The outlet to Fitzpatrick. Check that, Fitzgerald, and Adam takes it right to the rack as there was a clear lane and he hits. Adam Fitzgerald makes it 32-19. Sterling on the left to Norton. Norton shovels off to Abel, now to Stevens, to Sterling. Sterling, baseline pop from 15, long, rebound Fairley. Outlets to Fitzgerald. 4:50 left in the first half, 32-19. Skowhegan trails by 13. Outside to Height. Height back to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald, baseline, goes up, lays it up, doesn't go, but he's going to go to the line. Nice move by Adam Fitzgerald, showing his great quickness, and he is 6'1", but he plays a little bigger than that when he goes to the basket. He's got long arms.
Yeah, and that's one of the things we talked about this, Mike, right, against that Messalonsky game. Fitzgerald is one of the best free throw shooters in the KVAC, but you don't see it a ton because obviously he's got such long range. But here, Sterling pressing him out deep, blow by him and draw those fouls.
Shot was no good. The second one, Lesso was the guilty party on the foul. Tucker Fitch with the rebound to the miss. He goes to Sterling. Sterling over to Fitch. Fitch to Lesso. Lesso out front. Lesso behind a pick in the left corner. Charles Norton for three. Carter Norton for three. No good. Rebounded by Skowhegan. Austin. Left corner for Height. Height jump pass right corner. Fitzgerald open. Catches, fires, hits. And there it is. They're within 9. With 4:04 left in the first half, we'll take a timeout. The score from Cougarland is Mount Blue 32, Skowhegan 23. More in a moment on The Score.
Over 30 years ago, Paul and John A. Bowen set out on a mission to help aging Mainers stay in their own homes. Assistance Plus grew from their passion, dedication, and integrity where clients come first. Today, Assistance Plus serves not only the elderly, but clients with developmental and behavioral health challenges. Assistance Plus is here for you today and through all points of your life.
Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer. Dependable sales and service for over 50 years. We are located on the Waterville Road in Skowhegan. Sales and service by a family who cares.
4:04 left in the first half, 32-23. Mount Blue in the lead. Tonight's game brought to you by the Central Maine Motors Auto Group in Waterville, the dealer with no dock fees, where cars and trucks always cost you less. Online at cmautogroup.com. Lesso to put it into play. Sterling will walk it up. Halfway through the second. Mount Blue by 9. They've led by as many as 18. Lesso hands it off to Charles Stevens. Stevens on the weave to Sterling. Fairley almost intercepted it.
Fairley's a good defender, man.
He's very good, very quick, very active. Right side, Norton a 3, no. Rebound, Donahue tipped it to himself away from Charles Stevens. And he hands it off to Fitzgerald. Adam to Donahue. Donahue lobs it over the defense. Fitzgerald beats Lesso, but there is Sterling on the switch. Fitzgerald to the cutter. It's a tough pass there, trying to get it to Height, to get it between two defenders there, Lesso and Stevens. It didn't work.
Yeah, Height seems surprised by it himself.
Abel, baseline, he got fouled by Austin.
Let's say, Mike, there's a chance there on that possession. 6:12 mark in the second quarter. It was 30-14 Mount Blue, so a 9-2 run for the Riverhawks here 3 minutes later.
Carter Norton. Lob into Sterling. Sterling goes in, and it doesn't go, but he was fouled on the way up.
That's just so tough. When he catches there, he had both feet basically halfway between the free throw line and the basket.
Fouls on Fairley. At the line, Evan Sterling. Short. In for Skowhegan. Jack Fitzpatrick. Out Trevor Austin. One more for Sterling. Second one is good. 33-23. The lead is 10. Here's Fitzgerald. Over to Fairley, over to Fitzpatrick. Skowhegan running their motion. Left corner, Height. Height circles in. Height stops. Lesso all over him. Down low, and the pass incomplete. A bounce pass. And Donahue says, that's on me. I should have caught that.
I was a little bit surprised by that, and also Height kind of traps himself. You stop in the paint and pick up your dribble.
Your options are limited.
Yeah.
Foul line left, it's Abel. Up top to Stevens, not a Lesso. Lesso, bullet pass, backdoor, there's Sterling for two. Had the right amount of mustard on that. Beautiful pass and relatively easy finish for a guy like Sterling, 35-23. Both teams in the penalty. We'll have free throws the remainder of the first half. 35-23, it's back to 12, tipped away. Fitzpatrick runs it down. No, Norton does. And Norton slid after he gained possession of the ball, and that's traveling.
Man, I feel like if you're Norton, you're making a case. I don't know that I'm totally possessed it.
Yeah. I don't know that I'm totally possessed or
totally,
that I possessed
yeah.
it. All right, here's Height. Height. Oh, Fitzgerald just letting it loose from way downtown. That was from, my God, Caratunk, which is really far away. 35-26.
He's got 15.
He's had a great first half.
Got to get Donahue going if you're Skowhegan, though.
In the corner, Norton. Stevens takes a three in and out. Loose ball right there. Who wants it? Finally, Skowhegan gets on it. Jack Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick up top. Skowhegan down 9. High post Donahue. Donahue Goes to Fitzpatrick behind a pick. Back up top to Height. Open three from there. No good. Kicks to the left corner to Sterling. Minute and a half to go in the half. Sterling over the timeline. Over to Abel. Abel to the elbow. To Lesso. Now to Sterling. Foul line left. Sterling fake to three. Goes out front to Abel. Now to Norton. Norton curls in. Norton, he's not bashful, mister. I'm telling you, for a kid only 5'8", he is willing to go to the land of the Giants. He did there, and he draws the foul.
Now, he's got a nice little floater we've seen a few times in his arsenal as well. And, hey, you got to have respect for a kid. First to the floor, first to the ball. We just saw that.
I like him. And he's a catch-and-shoot guy on his free throws. No dribbles. He just catches it from the ref and shoots. He missed. Neto in, Height out. One more for Norton, and that one also no good. Fairley rips it away there from Stevens. So it stays 9, 35-26. Here's Neto over the timeline. 55 seconds left. Donahue, as Neto picked his dribble up, and Donahue comes out to help, gets it, hands it outside. Fitzpatrick jacks up a three. No. Deep rebound, comes down to Sterling. Let's see what Mount Blue does. Troy Norton off the bench. Here's Lesso. Stutter step, and he kicked the ball himself, and it goes to Neto. And Skowhegan with an opportunity here to wait for one. Adam Fitzgerald over to Fairley. Clock at 27. To the top it goes to Fitzgerald. Trying to go on Norton and a foul, and that'll send Fitzgerald to the line.
And you'll see here on this replay, that's just what Fitzgerald's shots hits, right? You see that step back, a little hezzy there to go to the shot up. Norton closes the gap, and then Izzy drives forward to get the bump.
Fitzgerald at the line. Foul on Norton, his first. Got it. 35-27. Abel coming back in for Mount Blue. Checking out of the game is Josh Greenlaw. 22.3 seconds left. Fitzgerald dips, shoots, hits. 35-28. The lead is 7. Fitzgerald has brought Skowhegan as close as they have been in a while. Here's Sterling with 14. Whips it over to Norton. Now to Abel. Clock at 8. Norton to Stevens. Baseline Lesso. Lesso outside to Norton. Bobbles. Going to have to get the shot off. Does. It's off balance. It's up and in! Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And he fired that one up there with a horseshoe and a four-leaf clover on it, and it went in on the bank shots. And on that note, Mount Blue will take a 10-point lead into the locker room at halftime. Our score at the half, the Mount Blue Cougars 38, the Skowhegan Riverhawks 28. Halftime's coming up on Sports Radio 1160 WSKW, The Score.
Oh, please start.
You wouldn't allow your car to bypass its maintenance, would you?
Hey, Jen, would you look this up on your computer?
Oh, wish I could. This office computer is so slow.
How about your computer maintenance? Trust the pros at Computer Improvements. They can come on site or stop by, handling general maintenance, antivirus protection, hardware upgrades, and Computer Improvements can set you up with solid-state hardware memory, giving your operating system wicked fast response time due to less moving parts, so your day isn't like this. Contact Computer Improvements to schedule your service today. Computer Improvements, downtown Skowhegan.
Dixon's Country Market on the Neck Road, Benton has it all. Sunoco gas and 24-hour diesel, plus a jam-packed store with what you need to grab and go. And so much succulent food. Huge sandwiches, delicious wraps, and hand-tossed fresh dough-loaded pizza. They have drinks, snacks, fresh meat and cheese in their deli counter, plus local Lively's products that won't cost you a lot of money. And remember those whoopie pies? Delightful, delicious Dixon's Country Market in Benton, supporting local high school sports.
For us, it's a family business that is steeped in tradition. You know, our relationship with Waterville goes back a long ways. Over the years, we've been fortunate enough to grow, and we've been able to grow with the town. We look at the work that we do as something bigger than just the sale of a car or the servicing of an automobile. We're here to be a part of something bigger than just ourselves by giving back to the community with our time and our energy, because it's all about taking care of people.
Central Maine Community College in Auburn. Over 40 academic degrees and programs recognized as some of the best in the United States. Nursing, criminal justice, forensic, psychology, IT, education, culinary arts, and so much more. Offering one of the lowest tuition rates in New England. Plus, a top-seeded national champion producing athletics department. Central Maine Community College in Auburn. Find your passion. Go to cmcc.edu.
Mike Violet, AJ Knight, and our score crew back here live at Mount Blue High School in Farmington. Halftime brought to you by Hammond Lumber Company, serving Maine and New Hampshire from 22 locations. Your building project partner, hammondlumber.com. Mount Blue up 10 here at the half, 38-28. They ran out and ran wild in the first quarter, had a 15-point lead, a late two by Skowhegan, closed it to 13, 25-12. At the end of one, it got to 16, it got to 17, it eventually got to 18. Then a run by Skowhegan. The Riverhawks were able to run off points to get within 8 at 30, 8. 7, 35-28 late. Then the three-pointer at the buzzer there by Norton extends it to 10. I talked about getting it down inside single digits, almost, close enough, I guess. And a nice job by Skowhegan. But again, to look at the 38 points by Mount Blue here in the first half, that's not going to win for Skowhegan. That's just not going to get it done. They don't have the firepower, and especially on a night where Ryan Donahue's been shut down. They haven't been able to get him the ball in his spot, and it's really been Fitzgerald doing the job for Skowhegan to keep them in the game.
Yeah, I mean, magic number, right, for Skowhegan. It hasn't changed. I don't believe it's 55. Any team that's scored over 55 has beaten the Riverhawks. There's only one team, Nokomis, beat them at 48-40. I think it's the only team that's scored under 55 and beat them. So that's the magic number, 38 on pace for 76. Second quarter, you got to take, I think, positive signs because, like you said, Mike, so Mount Blue scores a quick 5 points. You're watching highlights for the first quarter, those watching our stream. But Mount Blue scores a quick 5 points. It gets to 30-14 about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Skowhegan goes on a 14-5 run the rest of the way to cut it to 35-28. Unfortunately for the Riverhawks, Norton throws one up with a horseshoe and a four-leaf clover and banks it in at the buzzer. And instead, it kind of changes, I think, the tone in which the half comes to an end because you had a chance there to be down 7 instead of 10. But up until that point, nobody but Sterling had made a field goal for Mount Blue. And, in fact, Norton had only 1 point, and that was it. Every other point in the second quarter was Sterling.
You hear the crowd roaring. We have a shooting contest going on down on the floor with a giant big screen TV up for grabs. And so every time somebody makes one, and this guy down to our right is close. Did he do it?
The guy here on the left that you just got to jump in on here late, he struggled.
Yeah, this fella in the light-colored sweatshirt, I think he finished it off, and he is going to bring home that big screen TV. So good on him, that's for sure. Good night here at Mount Blue High School. So the score's too high if you're Skowhegan. That's a huge problem so far. And not being able to figure out a way to get Donahue involved in the offense is also a huge problem. If Donahue and Fitzgerald don't get involved, it's going to be tough for Skowhegan.
Yeah, and
it's only been one of the two so far.
Yeah, and that's unless you're going to get contributions. Obviously, you need a secondary scorer. Height at times this season has had the ability to do so. But, I mean, here, looking at the numbers, Mike, 28 total points for the Riverhawks at half. Nobody except Fitzgerald has more than 3. And you better get, 53-point contributors if you're going to do it that way. And Donahue not doing so is part of the reason they find themselves trailing 3. Fitzgerald, though, kind of willed him back into it. He's got a game-high 17. On the other side, Mount Blue, Sterling's got 13. Abel has 12. All 12 came in the first quarter on 4 threes. Didn't score in the second. And then they've got a smattering of other points. Lesso with 6. His all came in the first. Again, the second quarter, I think, kind of went the way for Mount Blue that if you are trying to find a reason the 1 seed can't win the KVAC North, it's at times it's Sterling or bust, and you saw that, I think, in that second quarter.
Yeah, and in talking about it through Skowhegan's eyes, they haven't let Sterling go crazy. That's good that they haven't let him go crazy. The bad thing is they haven't let him go crazy, and yet Mount Blue still got 38 points in the first half. So you got to get better defense going if you're Skowhegan, and somehow, some way, Ryan Donahue has got to get more touches close to the basket, because right now, the way it's going, it's trending with him not getting touches and not scoring points. It's not going to work out for Skowhegan.
Yeah, well, on top of that, I mean, just not in the paint, period. I've got him for 2 points, 2 boards.
Yeah, I mean, he can't get in the paint.
Yeah, and normally he's good for, I mean, he came in, I think, the KVAC stats we had from January 18th, he was 22 points, I want to say, and double-digit boards.
Yep, and nowhere close to that tonight. So Skowhegan certainly in trouble. The good news for them is they've got a half a basketball to get back in it. They did have a nice late run in the first half, so they certainly are capable, but they've got to continue to keep the gas pedal down. Score at halftime is Mount Blue 38, Skowhegan 28. Halftime brought to you by Hammond Lumber Company. We're back with the second half next on The Score.
Looking to begin or further your career in manufacturing and don't know where to start? Mid-State Machine is in need of CNC machinists at our Winslow facility, where we manufacture components for some of the most exciting industries: aerospace, defense, power generation. I'm Jeremy Stanford, manufacturing manager, and I personally want to invite you to come learn about the great pay and benefits Mid-State Machine has to offer. To apply, visit midstateusa.com. That's midstateusa.com, an equal opportunity employer. Come grow with us.
Welcome to Sparkling Ice. All right, team, another fruitful day at Sparkling Ice. Orange mango, how's it looking? Big and orange. Poetry. Vitamins and antioxidants, talk to me. Hi. Good talk. Strawberry lemonade, how is it flowing?
We have achieved Class 5 flavor rapids.
Love it. Bottle it. Sparkling Ice, anything but subtle.
It's like this every winter. When the temperature drops below 45, my palms sweat and I get really anxious.
It's not your fault. You're suffering from seasonal winter driving disorder. 3 and 4 drivers suffer from SWUDs because they have all-season tires. They aren't designed for wintry weather. Luckily, there's a remedy. Take 4, call me in the morning.
Visit NokianTires.com/remedy for the cure.
Is this a prescription for tires?
201 Tire Battery and Service, Riverside Drive, Vassalboro.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, Hammond delivers from any of their locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
All righty, Mike Violet, AJ Knight, and our Score crew back here live at Mount Blue High School in Farmington, ready to go to the second half for Skowhegan. It's Fitzgerald, Fairley, McGinty, Donahue, and Height. And for Mount Blue, they will send out Evans, Sterling, Lesso, Norton, Abel, and Stevens for Troy Norton's ball club. Trying to bounce back after a loss to Camden Hills. It's a Skowhegan ball. Riverhawks will shoot at the basket to our left here in the second half. Fitzgerald, guarded by Sterling. Right sideline for Height. Height, a pick from Donahue. Donahue rolls. He was flashed open there for a second. Fairley hands to Height. Height shot off there by Abel. Back out to McGinty. McGinty drives, goes in. Leaner, got it, and count it, and one. Aiden McGinty with a nice finish there that was not easy.
That was just a re-emphasis. That was tough. You're to see here, kind of falling away here on the curl. Nice job, just beats Norton. And that's tough. I mean, no backboard there. You got to throw it up and get a little kiss off the rim.
The free throw rattles in. 38-31. Skowhegan within 7. Here is Evan Sterling. Sterling to Abel. To Stevens. Stevens takes a trip to the right. The bouncer to Sterling. Sterling leaned up, held the ball off there, and waited for Height to go by and hit the shot. 40-31. Fitzgerald lobs for Donahue, easily picked off by Sterling. Sterling on the fly, goes under, up and in! A dipsy-do finish. And a promising beginning to the third quarter. Kind of slowed down here by the Mount Blue Cougars. 42-31, McGinty. McGinty will try it again, and a foul is called, offensive foul. Troy Norton was barking on that one. They get McGinty. So it's a Mount Blue ball. Here's Evan Sterling, 42-31, 6:45 to go in the third. Norton on the right. Norton to Lesso. Lesso, left of the key. Left corner, Abel open for three, swish. 45-31, it's 14. And they're going to take Sterling out. Is he tired after a minute and 28?
No, I think it must have been a cut or something.
Yeah, all right, he is. All right, so they're bringing a trainer over.
Yeah, nosebleed.
So that's why Sterling is out, some sort of physical issue. Skowhegan's ball, 6.5 to go. They're down 14 now. Fitzgerald drives, the runner off balance. Boy, it deadened right there on the back beyond the cylinder and fell in. That was like a dead fish. 45-33. Abel for three. He's feeling it now. He knocks down a three from the right side.
He's got 18, and every single one of them is a three-pointer.
6 threes. Fitzgerald. The lead now for Mount Blue is 15. Right corner for Height, knocked out of bounds. And it was tipped by Lesso. Then it hit Height and went out of bounds.
You see there, just briefly, left hand out there.
Here's Greenlaw to Abel. Lesso is at the top, gets the ball now. Lesso goes in, fade away, no good. Rebound Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald cruises up the left side, stops, goes into three-point land, fires, no good. Rebound Lesso. Sterling at the scorer's table. He's all fixed and ready to come back in. Left side Stevens to Lesso. Top of the circle to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick on the right to Abel. Abel drives on McGinty, leans up, shot's no good, but he's going to the line.
This will be Abel's first chance to score a point that's not a three-pointer.
Fouls on McGinty, his third. At the line here, Tyler Abel. And he still has not done anything but hit a three.
6 of them.
All right, Austin comes in for Skowhegan, and McGinty is out. One more for Abel. He hits. 49-33, wrong side. The lead is 16. This is getting close to the largest lead of the game, which is 18. Right sideline, Austin to the top. Austin reverses back over on the right to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald in the corner for Austin. Down low, there's Donahue. Donahue turns, lefty turnaround hook is no good, and a little short.
Nice job by Stevens there, being big and just challenging.
Sterling, top of the circle. Hands it off to Stevens. Stevens, one dribble on the weave to Sterling. Right side, Norton for three. Yes! And now it's the largest lead of the game for Mount Blue, 19. 52-33. Timeout called by Tom Netto. We'll take it to 4:25 to go into third. Mount Blue in control. Cougars 52, Skowhegan 33. Back after this on The Score.
Manchester Motors is your official Coyote tractor dealer. If you work the land, you just got to be a jack of all trades type. There's just too much to do. So if you got to be a welder or a farmer or a ditch digger, that's just who you are that day. Then tomorrow, you can be somebody else. Find your Coyote tractor at Manchester Motors, 1031 Western Avenue, Manchester.
Don't miss your chance for huge savings on replacement windows during Renewal by Anderson's Leap Year Savings event. If your windows are warping, sticking, or drafty, don't wait any longer. Call us now and schedule a free window diagnosis. We manufacture, install, and warranty our windows, and our exclusive Fibrex composite material is 2 times stronger than vinyl. Call this number now to save big. This event only happens once every 4 years. Plus, get special financing and installation is always included. Call now. Renewal by Anderson's Leap Year Savings event ends soon.
Well, some nights you die by the 3, but other nights like tonight, if you're Mount Blue, you live by it. They have 9 threes
six
in the
of
game
them
tonight.
6 of them by Abel.
So they are living by it. Here's Donahue. Donahue goes in and uses his power and missed the shot. Rebound Fairley. Fairley hustles, and finally Lesso gets it ahead to Abel. Abel has to run it down on the corner, though. Back outside to Norton. Now Stevens. Now Lesso, foul line left. Now to Norton. Now Sterling comes out. Norton to Lesso, or check that to Abel. Now to Sterling. Sterling, foul line right. Cruises back to the top of the circle. Guarded by Fairley. Sterling outside for Abel. Looked at the 3. Decided not to. Now Sterling will. It's no good. Rebound weak side. Great job by Lesso. Lesso back up. No. Rebound tapped around. Donahue tipped it. Then it went off. I believe Stevens, then out of bounds. Replays brought to you tonight, as always, by Midstate Machine. If you're looking for a career, check out the Machinist Development Program at midstateusa.com. All right, Height comes out for Skowhegan. Jack Fitzpatrick comes in.
Man, they may just always make sure to play the Fitzes together just for you.
Yeah, right. I have enough problem with one out there. Now they're both out there. Austin quickly to Donahue. Donahue goes in, hard off the window and in.
I like the concerted effort to get Donahue the ball. It's just Skowhegan now really fighting uphill.
52-35. Need more of that. Abel on the left, pop out up top. Stevens back to Abel, or check that back to Lesso on the left side. Now Norton. Norton, Sterling. Sterling takes a trip in, pulls up on a dime, missed the shot, left it short. Rebound tipped around, out of bounds, off Mount Blue.
As Sterling followed his miss, you'll see here on the replay. Thought initially he was going to grab it, but a nice job there by Fitzpatrick to fight with him there, and it ends up being tipped out of bounds.
All right, Fitzpatrick. Austin to the front. Now Fitzgerald corner. Little bobble on the catch, goes in. Great body control. That kid's a great athlete.
Yeah, I mean, just a sophomore, I think for Skowhegan, you're just looking for him to be willing to take that more often as opposed to cranking that 3.
52-37. That was a magnificent finish. Here's Norton. Norton to Abel. A stutter step, goes in, lays it off beautifully to Lesso, and Lesso with an easy 2.
Really nice play there by Abel, like you said. Beautiful bounce pass.
54-37. 2:15 to go in the third. High post Donahue. Left corner Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick blew right by Norton. Norton blew a tire. 3 by Austin from the left wing. No good. Rebound Lesso. Now Sterling. 2 minutes to go in the third. Sterling over to Norton. Norton baseline. Shut off there. Out to Lesso. Lesso to the foul line, hooks a pass, backdoor Sterling for 2.
Another really nice pass there. Skowhegan getting caught peeking, not watching backdoor.
And you know, one other thing to love about Sterling, when he doesn't have the ball, he just doesn't stand around. He moves. You got to love that. Austin left corner, trying to go on Sterling. Sterling took it away. Fitzgerald a 3. He is on fire right now.
He's got 24, Mike.
56-40. It's 16 with 1:15 to go. Excuse me, in the third. Right side handoff to Sterling. Sterling cruises in, laid it off to Lesso. Lesso again. Somebody lost him, and he gets a layup. 58-40. Fitzgerald. High post Donahue. Right side Austin. Austin stops and pops from 15. No good. Donahue rebounds back up. Won't go, but he will go to the line.
Just Mount Blue, for whatever reason, this season has Donahue's number. Most people have not been able to stop him again. He's been averaging, I think, like 20, 22 points, 12 to 14 rebounds, I want to say. Close to that. Merrick Smith, I think, tops about 14, so maybe 10 to 12. He's got 4 and 3 tonight.
Free throw is good.
5 and 3 tonight.
58-41. Caden Pelletier making his first appearance tonight for Skowhegan, a freshman.
Good JV player.
Also, Carter Neto is in too, so 2 freshmen here, final 45 seconds. Second shot, no good. Rebound lost out of bounds off Mount Blue. So an opportunity here for Skowhegan. They'll leave the kids in. And Pelletier will inbound it under the basket. In it goes. Fitzgerald jacks a 3, just a little bit off. Rebound Lesso. Will Mount Blue wait? We're going to find out. Here's Sterling with the ball and a 17-point lead. Sterling directs traffic, cruises over to the right. To the top it goes to Greenlaw. Greenlaw is fouled by Donahue.
Donahue doesn't like that call. I'm curious to see the replay. I thought he got his bear claw in there and just pinned the ball to him. Tough to see as Greenlaw turned away from us. He did a pretty decent job.
I did too. I don't think that was a foul
Yeah,
at all.
I thought he pinned basically Greenlaw to the ball.
Here's Sterling. 20 seconds. Up top to Norton. Norton reverses to the top to Greenlaw. Greenlaw drifts over left, foul line left extended. Popping out is Sterling. Gets the ball now with 10. That's where they want it. Sterling on the right. Trying to go unfairly. Goes baseline. He shovels it off, and Donahue picks the pass off. He really put himself in no man's land there. Fitzgerald didn't get a shot away. And it's going to take one whale of a comeback for Skowhegan to come back and win this one. Score after 3, Mount Blue 58, Skowhegan 41. Fourth quarter's coming up on the score.
Raising money for our cause, supporting our neighbors, helping to recognize those that should be recognized, providing educational opportunities, working together to make someone's day just a bit brighter. Our employees enjoy being a part of making our communities a better place to live and work. Skowhegan Savings Bank.
I came for a visit and I just fell in love with it.
They just want to see you be you and just excel.
There's a lot of opportunities here.
It really gives me time to figure out what I want to do with my life.
It's a good stepping stone to get to where you want to be.
The tuition is definitely part of what brought me here.
Credits transfer, that's huge, especially for a community college when you're trying to figure out what you want.
CM's the best place. Honestly, it's the best place. You got to be here to experience it.
To the fourth quarter we go on the score. It's a Mount Blue ball. Cougars rolling, leading by 17. Here is Evans Sterling to Stevens. Now to Abel to the top. Abel's had a great game. Abel drives on Neto. Some bumping there, and we've got a whistle and a foul called on Neto. Tonight's game brought to you in part by the Central Maine Motors Auto Group in Waterville, the dealer with no dock fees, where cars and trucks always cost you less. Online, cmautogroup.com. Possession foul. And it goes to Sterling, knocked away by Fairley. And the loose ball scooped up there by Finn Donahue in the game. As Tom Neto goes to some of his kids. Fadeaway pop there by McGinty is good. From the right baseline.
Yeah, no Fitzgerald or Donahue in at the moment.
All freshmen. 58-43. Give the kids some quality time. Finn Donahue is the last Donahue.
Are we sure?
Yes. Sterling up top. Skowhegan's gone zone. Right side, the baseline pop is no good there by by Nolan Lesso. The loose ball goes right to Abel, and of course, what does he do? Drain a 3. Because that's what he does.
He's got 22. 21 of them are by three-pointers.
All right, pass into Donahue, over to Fairley. Fairley goes up. The leaner is good.
That was a really nice play there. Nice job by Fairley to show some patience, too. Let the defense go up, and then he go up.
Skowhegan takes a 30-second timeout. Gives us time to show you our upcoming schedule. We're going to replay first.
No, I got you.
Upcoming schedule has Messalonsky and Coney in high school hockey Monday night at 8:20. Oceanside at Winslow boys basketball on Tuesday night at 6:30. Then Skowhegan hosts Lawrence in a doubleheader on Thursday night at 5 and 6:30. I'm not sure. I can't remember the times.
That sounds right. Either that is confirmed before the broadcast is over.
Yeah, we will. Mount Blue ball after the made basket. Cougars by 16. All right, Skowhegan's brought back in. Donahue, Height, and Fitzgerald. So the kids are out. Lesso hands it off to Abel. Abel for three. He missed. Rebound.
He is human.
Deflected over to Height. McGinty. Over to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald goes baseline. Lost the handle. Ball is out of bounds off him.
Yeah, I think Greenlaw there had one hand on it, you'll see from this. And then Fitzgerald takes a swipe at it, but I think clearly still out of bounds.
Evan Sterling. Up to the right now. Mount Blue wants a timeout. It is 8:30 as well, so we will remain here. We have 6:17 to go. And the Cougars comfortably in front, 61-45, looking to get a sweep tonight. The Mount Blue girls won the opener, came back after trailing by as many as 14 points in the game. Came back and beat Skowhegan by a final of 47-37 in overtime.
That was a nuts game because it was 15-1 at one point early in the second quarter. Yep. Skowhegan. Mike, I got on our schedule 6 and 7:30 for that doubleheader.
All right, you've got that. Let me go to mine just to be sure. It's always good to get confirmation on a breaking story.
Check information.
All right, scrolling. That's what I have too.
Okay, 6. Late doubleheader for a weekday.
6 and 7:30. Late night basketball. My God, we might be there till 9. Here's Abel. Monday night, we know we're going to be out late because that hockey game doesn't start till 8:20 now. Sterling whips a pass to Lesso, corner 3, no. And the rebound to Donahue.
Just his fourth board.
McGinty. Pass tipped out of bounds by Lesso.
That hockey game Monday, going to be a good one too.
Yep, Coney and Mesolonsky. Passing to Height. To Fitzgerald. Steps back on Sterling, now tries to drive. Gives up on that. Now Height, foul line pop by Jackson is good.
Nice little jumper there from Height.
61-47. Sterling with the ball, and his team leads by 14. Curling around to the top, Greenlaw goes to Lesso. Hands off to Sterling. Sterling whips a pass down low. There's Greenlaw. Up fakes. He gets shut off. Then he goes up over Donahue and he beat him.
Nice job by Greenlaw in the land of the Giants there to not panic. Use some fancy footwork to free himself up.
It's back to 16, 63-47. Fitzgerald looking for his shot. Traveling or foul? A foul on Sterling. Inbounding situation here for Skowhegan. Coming back in for the Cougars, Carter Norton. Coming out, Josh Greenlaw. McGinty into Donahue, back to McGinty up top. Fitzgerald for 3, front rimmed it, rebound. McGinty went to the next solar system for that one, hands it off to Fitzgerald. And
I think he stepped on the end line.
Did he? Okay.
See here if we can see on the replay. You were kidding. McGinty skied for that one. Yeah, he slid. He slid and that right foot went right over the end line.
4.5 minutes to play. Sterling over to Abel. To Stevens. To Lesso. Bullet pass back door looking for Sterling. He got it. Had to go to the corner almost, then throws it up. Missed the shot in close range. Rebound Donahue. Fell down. Now it's tied up. And, man, they called a held ball on that real fast. And on the held ball, it's going to go back to Skowhegan.
And Mount Blue kind of got the looks to a certain extent in that kneel it down offense to a certain extent. Skowhegan, they can hit a couple buckets. I think put the Cougars back on their heels a little bit.
All right, Fitzgerald. Loops it inside. Donahue's there, and Donahue left hands it up off the glass and in.
Some more of that would definitely help Skowhegan. He's got 7 now.
63-49. Sterling to Stevens. Stevens hands off to Sterling. Sterling lines up a 3 on the way. Got the roll. Evan Sterling makes it 66-49. Nice soft touch, nice soft rim.
He's got 22. He and Abel tied both with 22.
Curling in McGinty, nothing there. He threw it back outside. It hit the backside of Abel, then picked up by Fitzgerald. Hooks a pass down low, Donahue. Donahue backs in. One dribble goes the other way, too hard. Rebound, volleyballed up, no good. Rebound, Stevens. Stevens shovels for Lesso. Over to Sterling, and a timeout called by Troy Norton. With 3:14 remaining, and a full it is. We'll take it to 3:14 to go in this one. It's a 17-point lead for Mount Blue. Cougars 66, Skowhegan 49.
At PJ Diggs, they know septic systems. Maybe your existing system is failing or it's a new house lot. You need new installation. Call PJ Diggs. They can bring their site evaluator to design the right septic system. Headed to camp? Ditch the outhouse for a newly installed system. How about a septic system for your campsite? Imagine your own private campground. Already have a septic design? PJ Diggs can install it for you. Call 431-4299. That's 431-4299. At PJ Diggs, they know septic systems. 131 Hinkley Road, Canaan.
Notice the price of gas and oil lately? Thinking about a pellet stove? Pellets are a renewable resource that are economical, and pellet stoves don't have to be ugly or loud. Come talk to us at Somerset Stone & Stove. Let us explain why now is the best time to have your pellet stove installed. Wouldn't you love to have a gas stove or fireplace designed for your home? Let Somerset Stone & Stove design and install a Regency gas stove or fireplace that is just right for you. Let us customize your Regency gas stove or fireplace while you enjoy the beauty and warmth. Visit Somerset Stone & Stove in Oakland.
All right, back live here at Mount Blue High School after the timeout. Evan Sterling with the ball for the Cougars, who lead it 66-49. Nolan Lesso has it now on the left side. Goes back on the right to Stevens. Now to Lesso out front. Lesso drives, a jump step. The shot no good. Wouldn't have counted anyway. Offensive foul.
Nice job by Donahue, still finding those ways to contribute in what has been a rough offensive and rebounding night for him.
So, on the turnover, goes to Skowhegan, 66-49. And now, Tom Netto is going to empty the bench. The kids are up. Donahue to McGinty to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald spins away from Sterling. How about that? Highlight reel stuff from Adam Fitzgerald. Whoa.
Wow. That was, he spun himself and then got enough English off the ball.
Woo. Mr. Man. 66-51. Up top to Stevens. Now back to Abel. Abel to Norton. Norton circles to the right. Takes it over, pulls it back, almost traveled. Needs help. Lesso pops out on the baseline to the cutter. There is Sterling for a little drop in. And now we've got a timeout or just a whistle?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out, looking for a signal. I don't see a signal for a timeout, but Coach Norton took the cue from Coach Netto, and he cleared out his team, or part of it.
We've got the bomb squads in for both sides.
I wonder if Sterling was bleeding again, maybe, because he took a seat.
Here's Netto. Well, no matter. He doesn't need to be out there. The issue has been decided. Put back up and in by Caden, or check that, Finn Donahue.
Now you're sure that's the last Donahue?
Yes,
okay.
It is. He is it. 68-53. It's 15 with 1:35 to go. Jump step up. No good. Abel is still out there. And now Troy Norton will bring two more subs in. Abel will come out. Lesso will come out. So we've pretty much got subs all the way. All right, here is Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick drives too hard off the glass. The ball goes to Finn Donahue. Finn Donahue gets another one.
Sure rebounds like a Donahue.
He does. The putback there makes it 68-55, and Finn to the line. Hits. 68-56. Pass whipped ahead now to Riley Hall. Hall back deep to Greenlaw. Greenlaw stops, reverses, goes back on the right to Cooper Abel. 1 minute to go.
Speaking of brothers.
Yeah, Greenlaw. Greenlaw on Fitzpatrick, turns, a fadeaway pop, a little bit long, rebound speared there by Finn Donahue. Fitzpatrick popping out up top, Josh Fitzgerald. Now Pelletier.
Oh,
Goes to the left side. Donahue is open. He had position there on his defender, Preston Ball, but the pass was too deep.
Yeah, you see there, Donahue's got him pinned. That's the right idea, just overthrows it because drop that in the bucket. Donahue goes up. It's either just a bucket or you're getting fouled.
Greenlaw with 30 seconds to go. Back out front. Kicked it out to Abel. Abel squirts it over to Hall. Hall on the far sideline to Tucker. Fitch, 15. Fitch, right side, three by Abel. No good. He would join the family point parade tonight in scoring threes, but it's no good. Fitzpatrick, right side, Neto for three. That is it. A wire-to-wire, wall-to-wall convincing victory tonight for the Mount Blue Cougars as the boys complete the sweep. Final in this one, Mount Blue 68, Skowhegan 56, our post-game show. And our score player of the game coming up after this.
Casella Waste. You see their trucks everywhere all the time. That's because they're out taking care of customers like you. Roll-off dumpsters, they've got them 15 to 50 yards. And they're in your neighborhood picking up the trash so you don't have to worry about it. Weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly from 2 to 10 yards. Casella Waste will also deliver portable toilets when and where you need them. And they offer septic services. Call to learn more about Casella Waste. 872-8257, 872-8257 for Casella Waste.
Over 30 years ago, Paul and John A. Bowen set out on a mission to help aging Mainers stay in their own homes. Assistance Plus grew from their passion, dedication, and integrity where clients come first. Today, Assistance Plus serves not only the elderly, but clients with developmental and behavioral health challenges. Assistance Plus is here for you today and through all points of your life.
Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer. Dependable sales and service for over 50 years. We are located on the Waterville Road in Skowhegan. Sales and service by a family who cares.
Oh, please start.
You wouldn't allow your car to bypass its maintenance, would you?
Hey, Jen, would you look this up on your computer? Oh, wish I could. This office computer is so slow.
How about your computer maintenance? Trust the pros at Computer Improvements. They can come on site or stop by, handling general maintenance, antivirus protection, hardware upgrades, and Computer Improvements can set you up with solid-state hardware memory, giving your operating system wicked fast response time due to less moving parts, so your day isn't like this. Contact Computer Improvements to schedule your service today. Computer Improvements, downtown Skowhegan.
Dixon's Country Market on the Neck Road, Benton has it all. Sunoco gas and 24-hour diesel, plus a jam-packed store with what you need to grab and go. And so much succulent food. Huge sandwiches, delicious wraps, and hand-tossed fresh dough-loaded pizza. They have drinks, snacks, fresh meat and cheese in their deli counter, plus local Lively's products that won't cost you a lot of money. And remember those whoopie pies? Delightful, delicious Dixon's Country Market in Benton, supporting local high school sports.
For us, it's a family business that is steeped in tradition. You know, our relationship with Waterville goes back a long ways. Over the years, we've been fortunate enough to grow, and we've been able to grow with the town. We look at the work that we do as something bigger than just the sale of a car or the servicing of an automobile. We're here to be a part of something bigger than just ourselves by giving back to the community with our time and our energy, because it's all about taking care of people.
Central Maine Community College in Auburn. Over 40 academic degrees and programs recognized as some of the best in the United States. Nursing, criminal justice, forensic, psychology, IT, education, culinary arts, and so much more. Offering one of the lowest tuition rates in New England. Plus, a top-seeded national champion producing athletics department. Central Maine Community College in Auburn. Find your passion. Go to cmcc.edu.
Looking to begin or further your career in manufacturing and don't know where to start? Midstate Machine is in need of CNC machinists at our Winslow facility, where we manufacture components for some of the most exciting industries: aerospace, defense, power generation. I'm Jeremy Stanford, manufacturing manager, and I personally want to invite you to come learn about the great pay and benefits Midstate Machine has to offer. To apply, visit midstateusa.com. That's midstateusa.com, an equal opportunity employer. Come grow with us.
Welcome to Sparkling Ice. All right, team, another fruitful day at Sparkling Ice. Orange mango, how's it looking? Big and orange. Poetry. Vitamins and antioxidants, talk to me. Hi. Good talk. Strawberry lemonade, how is it flowing?
We have achieved Class 5 flavor rapids!
Love it. Bottle it. Sparkling Ice, anything but subtle.
It's like this every winter. When the temperature drops below 45, my palms sweat and I get really anxious.
It's not your fault. You're suffering from seasonal winter driving disorder. 3 and 4 drivers suffer from SWUDs because they have all-season tires. They aren't designed for wintry weather. Luckily, there's a remedy. Take 4, call me in the morning.
Visit NokianTires.com/remedy for the cure.
Is this a prescription for tires?
201 Tire Battery and Service, Riverside Drive, Vassalboro.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, Hammond delivers from any of the locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Manchester Motors is your official Coyote tractor dealer. If you work the land, you just got to be a jack-of-all-trades type. There's just too much to do. So if you got to be a welder, or a farmer, or a ditch digger, that's just who you are that day. Then tomorrow, you can be somebody else. Find your Coyote tractor at Manchester Motors, 1031 Western Avenue, Manchester.
Don't miss your chance for huge savings on replacement windows during Renewal by Anderson's Leap Year Savings Event. If your windows are warping, sticking, or drafty, don't wait any longer. Call us now and schedule a free window diagnosis. We manufacture, install, and warranty our windows, and our exclusive Fibrex composite material is 2 times stronger than vinyl. Call this number now to save big. This event only happens once every 4 years. Plus, get special financing and installation is always included. Call now. Renewal by Anderson's Leap Year Savings Event ends soon.
Raising money for our cause, supporting our neighbors, helping to recognize those that should be recognized, providing educational opportunities, working together to make someone's day just a bit brighter. Our employees enjoy being a part of making our communities a better place to live and work. Skowhegan Savings Bank.
I came for a visit and I just fell in love with it.
They just want to see you be you and just excel.
There's a lot of opportunities here.
It really gives me time to figure out what I want to do with my life.
It's a good stepping stone to get to where you want to be.
The tuition is definitely part of what brought me here.
You know, credits transfer, that's huge, especially for a community college when you're trying to figure out what you want.
CM's the best place. Honestly, it's the best place. You got to be here to experience it.
At PJ Diggs, they know septic systems. Maybe your existing system is failing or it's a new house lot. You need new installation. Call PJ Diggs. They can bring their site evaluator to design the right septic system. Headed to camp? Ditch the outhouse for a newly installed system. How about a septic system for your campsite? Imagine your own private campground. Already have a septic design? PJ Diggs can install it for you. Call 431-4299. That's 431-4299. At PJ Diggs, they know septic systems. 131 Hinkley Road, Canaan.
Mike Violet back here post-game on the score. A wall-to-wall, wire-to-wire victory tonight for the Mount Blue Cougars. They jumped out in front by a score of 25-10 in the first quarter, cruised to a 68-56 victory. Joined now by Tyler Abel, our score player of the game. Tyler, congratulations on the victory, first of all.
Thank you.
Congratulations on 22 points and being our score player of the game. 7 threes. I always ask shooters this. Did you know, like in pregame, that you had a hot hand tonight, or how does that go for you?
No, it just kind of happens during the game. I started hitting my first three, and it kind of energy built from that. And
yeah.
I kept shooting and got momentum.
You pretty much got the green light?
Yeah.
Yeah? Coach Norton says fire away, huh? Let it
shoot
fly.
It when you get it.
Yeah, well, shoot or shoot. That's what you
Right.
guys do.
Yeah.
This win tonight, again, wire to wire, they made it a little interesting late in the first half. We were talking here on the air about how when you're down by that much, you want to get it to single digits before you go to the locker room. They almost did. They got it down to 10. What was the message from Coach Norton at halftime? Do you remember?
We just got very stagnant on offense, and we weren't playing as aggressive on defense, and he just said keep it up. He knew the shots would fall, and we just had to keep playing together on offense. We were playing a little stagnant, and the ball wasn't moving. It was sticking, and so he said –
You lost to Camden Hills in overtime the other night, 68-64, I believe, was the final score. I was talking to Coach Norton about it before the game, and he said, hey, Camden Hills is good. They got a couple of players hit some shots, got hot. Did he make any adjustments from that game to this game with you guys? No?
Not really.
Same script?
He said keep doing our thing. He knows, it's a tough loss, but we just keep playing, keep going. And it's a long season, so, we're going to lose some.
You guys have been basically number one all year. You started out with that long winning streak, 12 or 13, I forget what it was.
12,
when you lost, when Messalonsky beat you, how did you feel about that? How did that?
We knew that it was going to come. It's hard to go undefeated because every team, you have a target on your back. So every team brings their best game. But we just kept playing, and we knew that, they're a good team. We know Mesa can play. So we just on to the next game, and that was really it.
Looks like you guys are going to go in number one. That feels good, huh?
Feels really good. Yeah.
All right, Tyler Abel, great night tonight with 22.7 threes, and we've got our Central Maine Community College swag bag. First of all, we do give you the bag and the contents in the bag, which include sparkling ice from Valley Beverage and also a gift card for a pizza, that is, at Sonny's Pizza up in Fairfield. So the next time we're up there. So there you go with that. Tyler, thanks for the time. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you very
Tyler
much.
Abel of Mount Blue with us. We'll come back and wrap it up after this.
What is the price of gas and oil lately? Thinking about a pellet stove? Pellets are a renewable resource that are economical, and pellet stoves don't have to be ugly or loud. Come talk to us at Somerset Stone & Stove. Let us explain why now is the best time to have your pellet stove installed. Wouldn't you love to have a gas stove or fireplace designed for your home? Let Somerset Stone & Stove design and install a Regency gas stove or fireplace that is just right for you. Let us customize your Regency gas stove or fireplace while you enjoy the beauty and warmth. Visit Somerset Stone & Stove in Oakland.
Casella Waste. You see their trucks everywhere all the time. That's because they're out taking care of customers like you. Roll-off dumpsters, they've got them 15 to 50 yards. And they're in your neighborhood picking up the trash so you don't have to worry about it. Weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. From 2 to 10 yards. Casella Waste will also deliver portable toilets when and where you need them. And they offer septic services. Call to learn more about Casella Waste. 872-8257. 872-8257 for Casella Waste.
All right, Mike Violet, AJ Knights back here post-game where we have seen the Mount Blue Cougars sweep. They have won both of these games that we had here tonight. The girls coming back and winning 47-37 in overtime, and the boys with an easy win here, winning by a score of 68-53 to complete the sweep. And when you get that kind of a contribution from Tyler Abel, to go along with what Sterling is going to give you, AJ. Mount Blue's tough. The complimentary cast is pretty good for this Cougars team.
Yeah, that's in the game we had against Messalonsky. I think that was probably, and we obviously didn't have the Camden Hills game, but one of the things that stood out to me was Coach Norton talked about the fact that they're not deep, but they've gotten contributions. And one of the stats I had highlighted going into that game is on the previous 5, I had just gone back and looked at the box scores for outside of Sterling, who was averaging like 22 points over those 5 games, 22 points per game. They had 9 other double-figure scores in those 5 games that weren't Sterling. Against Messalonsky, I got to double-check my stat sheet. I don't think anybody but Sterling scored at double figures. They just made life tough on them. But all season long, they've gotten the contributions. Norton and Abel, good shooters. I think all 5 starters can shoot. Stevens does a nice job playing defense. Again, Donahue tonight, we talked about Sterling in the first game, took him in bits and pieces defensively, and he had a really rough game. Sterling didn't come off Fitzgerald tonight because Fitzgerald went nuts. Donahue finishes 5 rebounds, 7 boards. That's a great performance defensively.
5 points, 7
7 points, 5 boards.
Okay, and Fitzgerald finished with
26.
26. So but if Skowhegan's going to go anywhere and give anybody a game in the tournament, Donahue's got to get involved. They've got to find a way to get him involved. He just couldn't do it tonight. Mount Blue totally took it away, and it just wasn't there. And you need that tandem that they have. They've got some decent complementary players in Jackson Height and a few others, but if you don't get both Fitzgerald and Donahue going, it's not going to happen for the Skowhegan Riverhawks. In the meantime, when you get 22 out of Abel, and what did Sterling have, 24? 24. They're going to win a lot of basketball games.
Yeah, I mean, I put the magic number at 40. I said I think you got to get about 40 out of Fitzgerald and Donahue. That's 7 more points. They finish tonight. They lose by 12. But, 68-63, I mean, I think it puts you in the ballpark. Donahue, I think as much as anything, too, Mike, it wasn't a case where Donahue just missed a bunch of shots. He just didn't touch the ball.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't keep track of attempts, do you?
I do not.
Field goal. All right.
So
I'll be fascinated to find out.
I think he finished with 3 made field goals, and I want to say I would ballpark it 6 or 7 shots max.
Yeah, not many, that's for sure. All right, hockey Monday night. It's Coney. It's Messalonsky from the Ice Vault in Augusta. Game time 8:20 on Monday night. As you look at our broadcast schedule, we'll have it here for you on the score. Then Oceanside, we get a look at the evil empire of Oceanside taking on Winslow in boys basketball at 6:30. And then that doubleheader to wrap the season up on Thursday, the regular season of basketball, 6 and 7:30. Lawrence at Skowhegan girls, Lawrence at Skowhegan boys. So that's going to put a wrap on it for us here tonight. For our crew here tonight, for Sean Packard, who's not Ryan Packard, he's Sean Packard. She's Kaylin Lackey. She was on graphics here tonight. And for AJ Knight, I'm Mike Violet saying so long. Final scores here tonight. It was a Farmington sweep in the first game. Mount Blue 47, Skowhegan 37. In the nightcap, the Mount Blue boys finish it off. Mount Blue 68 and Skowhegan 56. Good night from Farmington.
Thanks for tuning in to The Score. In case you don't want to miss the next one, subscribe, like, and hit the bell to stay informed. This is the place for free local high school sports, The Score. And it's been brought to you by Central Maine Community College, Central Maine Motors Auto Group, Hammond Lumber Company, Mid-State Machine, Whittemore & Sons, Somerset Stone and Stove, 201 Tire Battery and Service, PJ Diggs, Renewal by Anderson, Assistance Plus, Computer Improvements, Dixon's Country Market, and by Casella Waste.